What's up everybody, this is Let's Play Pokemon Crystal, part 17, and last time I beat Morty, the 4th gym leader, then I went and healed up. Now I'm walking around to the dance hall in Ekritique City. I'm going to talk to this guy, and he basically says it all. There's 5 Kimono girls, and if you beat them, there's a guy there who will give you something nice. Alright, so I'm going to fight them out of order here. But in the description, I'll leave the order of the Pokemon they have. They all have different Eevee evolutions, and at the time of playing, I didn't know which one was which. So I just went to the middle girl, and it turns out she has an Umbreon. So I sent out my Spearow, because my Spearow is the lowest level out of all my other Pokemon. Alright, and I use Peck, and Peck, it does very, very, very little damage. Alright, so, yeah, Umbreon has a very high defense and has a lot of HP, so I decided to leer it a couple of times, and then I switched over to Fury Attack. And then eventually I knock it out. It's really not too bad. One of my Fury attacks got a critical hit, and it hit 3 times, so now it's down to the yellow. The only attacking move Umbreon really has is Tackle, I think, so it shouldn't be too much of a fight. Alright, so I knocked out the Umbreon. I get 717 XP points. All these Kimono girls give a lot of XP, so make use of it. And now I go over to this girl over here. I don't know what she has. I just make a guess, and it turns out that Kimono Girl Mickey, the one at the right, has a Jolteon, the one I didn't want to fight because he's super effective on my Spearow. So I switch out my Spearow to Spinarak, and you know, my Spearow will still gain XP and probably grow to level 20 after this. The Jolteon has Thunder Shock. It does do a decent amount of damage, so watch out for that. It's really, all I can use is Nightshade on it. And I do almost half. And the Jolteon uses Sand Attack, reducing my accuracy. But I continue to fight with Nightshade. I knock it down to the red zone. And here, she gets really lucky. She gets a critical hit on me, but and then my Nightshade missed. Luckily, I had 1 HP left, so I just heal up and move on. And the Jolteon uses another Sand Attack. And what do you know, this time, the Thunder Shock paralyzes me. So, gotta waste another turn just to use a Paralyze Heal Berry. And this Thunder Shock, I can still survive one more, so I use a Nightshade. This was a very annoying battle, but I would say it was the hardest out of all 5. Alright, but my Spearow grew to level 20. And what is this? Superfly's evolving. This actually caught me by surprise. I didn't know it evolved so early, but I now have a Fearow. That's just great. It doesn't learn any new moves right now, but that's alright. Then after that I get a phone call from Alan. And I thought he was gonna like battle me. Like I thought he was gonna be talking about a battle, but it ended up he was just ranting about something. But at the time I thought he would still want to battle. So after I fight all these Kimono girls, I ride down to fight Schoolboy Alan. But turns out he didn't want to fight. I don't know, you'll see later. Alright, now we're gonna fight another Kimono girl. And I switch back to Spinarak to fight the next trainer. the next trainer that I fight, her name is Kuni, and she has a Vaporeon. All these Kimono girls have really weird names. But anyway, I've just used Nightshade again, and this Vaporeon is a bit faster than me. Vaporeon has a high special attack, high HP, but low attack. Yeah, Vaporeon does have Water Gun, so just don't use a Growlithe or any other fire type near it. But otherwise, it's not too bad of a fight. If you have an electric Pokemon, you're definitely fine. Okay, we knocked out the Vaporeon, and my Spinarak rose to level 21. I'm stronger than I look, so I guess I look pretty weak. That's alright. I switch over to Snubbull, because I haven't used him in a while. And I walk over to the other blue-colored girl. And like I said, at the time of battling, I didn't know the order, so I was just picking random ones, but in the description I will let you know from left to right which Pokemon they each have, which evolution of Eevee. Alright, so I use Lick here because it's super effective, but the Espeon is faster and it lowers my accuracy. But no big deal. It does a decent amount of damage. It'll be a 3-hit KO. Luckily all my Licks hit, none of them miss. And what do you know, I get a Paralyze on it, so it's going to be a bit slower. And I switched over to Headbutt that one time, knocked it out. And my Snubbull gained a load of XP, but it's almost at 21. Now the final one that I fight is actually the first one in the order of left to right. Okay, she has a Flareon. I could have used my Croconaw, but I decided to keep Snubbull since he's almost at the next level. I use a Headbutt, and I get a critical hit, knock it out one hit, no problem. These girls aren't too difficult, they are pretty low level, they're all level 17. So, if you have the 4th badge, you should definitely be able to handle it. Now, you walk down here, and there's a man, and he's like, oh yeah, these girls, they're great dancers, and they're great trainers as well. And, he was very intrigued by my battling, and I received HM03, the HM for Surf. Now, just a note, you can get this before the 4th gym, but I challenged myself and waited till after. Alright. So now I go over to the TM pocket of my items, and I teach Surf to Croconaw. I delete Water Gun because I'm not going to need 2 water moves. And not only that, I also do some other random TM teaching. Figured why not. Okay. So now I move up. And I have Shadow Ball, and I realized I could have taught it to my Snubbull earlier and defeated the Espeon with it, but whatever. My Snubbull can learn Shadow Ball, I delete Lick. Shadow Ball is obviously a lot better than Lick, it has much more power, and also it's a physical move in this generation, and since Snubbull has a high attack, I should be able to make really good use of it. And now I also whip out Dig. I could have taught it much earlier, but that's okay. I teach Dig to my Spinarak. I realize that I have no way of defeating an electric Pokemon if I ever come across one, you know? The one type that I don't have is Ground, but I'm sort of making up for it with my Spinarak. I delete Constrict, it's a terrible move, there is no need for that. Alright, Buggy learns Dig. Okay, so now I really made a mistake. I hopped on my bike and I biked all the way down to Schoolboy Allen because I thought he wanted to battle, or I thought he would give me an item. So I apologize for that. But he says I can count on him giving me something, so he promises he'll give me something good, and I hope that he will give me a Firestone. But anyway, we're going to move back up to Ecruteak City. I run into a wild Pokemon here, run into a Growlithe. But no worries, we're back in Ecruteak City. And I'm going to stop here at Route 38. This route leads to Olivine City. There's going to be a lot going on there. There's a lot of trainer battles coming up. So I'll see you next time, everyone.